So today we are going to be trying something that we've done a few times before. Now, as you can see here, we're on Seterra. Now this is obviously a laptop. Hopefully can you see that? Yeah. I'm moving the mouse here with this hand, but also it's touchscreen. So I thought it'd be cool if we could do some Seterra map games on this touchscreen. I'm also going to try and drop in a little bit of history where I know about it. So I don't know about loads of history. I know about little bits. But yeah, I'm going to try and drop it in where applicable, because that's what I've been trying to do a little bit of lately, is sort of blend the history and the geography together, do things which I find very interesting. So yeah, let's do what I wanted to do first. What did I want to do first? I wanted to do Republic of Ireland counties. Okay. Because let's drop this ad. Yeah. I'm waiting for one particular county to come up so I can talk a little bit about it. And I have a few things to say about others. So let's start. And bearing in mind, I don't know all of these. Like I know roughly where, a good portion of them are, but I don't know for sure where they all are. So Limerick is in the south. No, it's not this one. This one maybe. Yeah, Limerick, Louth. I don't know where Louth is. Louth. Let me just go in my head through the ones that I know. Maybe it's this one. No. Is it this one then? Okay, that's Louth. Longford is this one here. That's the one we just pressed on, so that's a bit of a freebie. I didn't actually know that one though. Westmeath. Well, I know that Meath is next to Dublin, which is, I think Meath is this one, so I think this is Westmeath, because it's to the west. That makes sense, right? Leitrim, I don't know how to say that one, Leitrim, and I also don't know where it is. This one maybe. No, that's Mayo. This one, Sligo. This one, okay. Yeah, as I say, I don't know them all. Waterford I do know is on the south coast, is that one. Clare. I'm gonna go with this one, yeah. Kilkenny is next to Tipperary, so it's that one. Offaly. Again, I'm very sorry if any Irish people are watching. I don't know, is it this one? No, this one. Yeah, okay. Cork is this one, the big one down south. Cork itself is a big city as well. Monaghan is... We're starting to get to where I can deduce from what I know. I think it might be this one. Yeah, Dublin is here. Roscommon is this long one. Carlow, I don't know Carlow. Oh dear. I'm between these two. I'm between this one and this one. I'll go with this one. Okay. Good guess. Sligo, I think, is this one. Yeah. Wexford is southeast. I actually used to play so that's why I know where that one is. That's one of those last seen online 7 years ago, and you shed a sad tear. But I used to play Modern Warfare 2 with a guy from Wexford, which is it's pretty cool. I was actually nearly going to go and visit him at one point, but yeah, that's where Wexford is. Here we go. I can talk about my history. Tipperary is this one. So I, for some reason, have a very clear recollection of learning about the war in primary school, and specifically a few lines of a song that was sung telling the story of refugee children from London. And the lines that I know are, it goes as, I'm not going to sing, don't worry, but it goes, goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square, it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. That's like the end of the song. And Tipperary is this county here in Ireland. Now, children during the Second World War were evacuated from the City of London, which is obviously the capital of the United Kingdom and the capital of England, during the Blitz, because London was being heavily bombed, and families and children made this great sacrifice to ensure that their futures were safe, at least in the immediate future, because around that time in 1940, when the Blitz was happening, 1941, the outlook on the war from the British side, at least, was actually quite bleak. Germany was winning. France had fallen. We'd had the D-Day landings, which might have been 41 actually. But the British, Hitler was preparing his invasion of the UK. So children were evacuated to rural parts of the UK. To basically ensure that they were safer, they were at less risk from bombing, from air raids, things like that. And there's a lovely film called Goodnight Mr. Tom, which I've watched in school quite a few times, and it's a lovely story of a refugee evacuee boy called Charlie, who goes to the country and is taken in by this old man named Mr. Tom, and at first he's very cold and doesn't open up to Charlie, but I can't remember exactly, but I think it turns out that Charlie had been being abused by his mother, and they sort of bond, and they overcome each other's shortcomings as people to help each other grow, and it's a lovely, lovely story. So if you want to watch a film about the evacuation of London and the effects that it had and stories of children and things like that, then I would recommend you watch the story of Goodnight Mr. Tom. So that was my little bit of history for Ireland, which is why I wanted to do it. County Wicklow is above Wexford, so it's that one. Galway's this big one here on the west. Kerry is, I think, is this one. This was the one we pressed on looking for. Offaly. Meath is this one here. County Mayo's out in the west. Donegal is the one on its own here. So I didn't know this, but this is Kildare. Okay. Let me just turn my sound down, because I just realised that I have my sound running through my speakers at the moment. So okay, 87%. That's better than I was expecting. So let's go back. I saw this the other day. UK Premier League teams 2021-22. Now, the Premier League, this is football or soccer. So the Premier League is quite a famous league in the UK. And this is the 2021-22 teams. So there'll be 20 teams here. And so if you can see, one of the reasons why this is going to be quite difficult is because there are 6 teams in London, so it's about knowing which one's which. There's 2 teams in Liverpool, 2 teams in Manchester. So Everton is one of the Liverpool teams, which is one of these two here. I'll go northwest. Yes. Burnley is here. Burnley is in the county of Lancashire, which is very close to where I live. Newcastle United is up here. Crystal Palace is one of the London teams. I'm going to zoom in slightly. So, as you can see, there's 6 teams here. Crystal Palace, I know for a fact, is South London, so I'm going to go with that one. Yeah. Manchester City. There we go. Manchester City is one of these two here, which in Manchester, I think it's the east one. Yeah. Leicester City is here. Aston Villa is one of these two. I think it must be this one. Watford is here. Tottenham Hotspur is, I would think, the furthest north. Yeah. Liverpool is the other Liverpool one. Arsenal must be the one next to Tottenham Hotspur. There we go. Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur are big rivals, if you know anything about English football. Yeah. You'll know that Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur, or Spurs as they're more commonly known, are big rivals. Leeds United is in Yorkshire, which is here. Southampton is this one. Chelsea. It's one of these two, but I don't know which one. I'm going to go west. No, that's Brentford. Okay, there we go. We got one wrong. Chelsea. Wolverhampton Wanderers is next to Aston Villa, but not really. Aston Villa is in Birmingham, and Wolverhampton Wanderers is in the city of Wolverhampton, which is, I don't know, 20 miles, 25 miles away. But yeah, Brentford was the one we got wrong, annoyingly, so that's there. Norwich City is in Norfolk, which is way out here, and I believe Norwich City this year they got relegated or demoted a league, and they have no games within something like 120 miles of their stadium. No away games, so you play one game at home and one game away every year, and they have no other teams in the league that they play in are within 120 miles of them, which is crazy for the UK. What have we got? Manchester United, very famous team, Man United. And not finally, second to last, West Ham. West Ham United, London team. Ironically, is East London. It's called West Ham, but it's East London. So yeah. And Brighton and Hove Albion is directly south. I'm kind of annoyed at that. I think I should get 100% there. I got Brentford and Chelsea mixed up, but that's okay. There's no problems there. Let's go with UK counties. Yeah, England counties. Okay. Dorset. So let me just drop that ad. So we get the nice flag. Sort of like an Iceland flag, but yellow instead of okay, I'm rambling. I think Dorset's this one. Yeah, I've been to Dorset before. Shropshire is borders with Wales, so I think it's one of these two. This one, yeah. Somerset is this one. Herefordshire, I have absolutely no idea what Herefordshire is. I think it's going to be in this area here, because this is what the area I've got no idea about. Herefordshire, this one, that's Buckinghamshire. This one, that's Hertfordshire. This one, okay, well there you go. Shows you what I know. Hampshire is near London, I think. Surrey, Berkshire, Cambridgeshire, yep, no idea. West Midlands is this one. You see, anything sort of around here, I don't really know because I'm from up here. I live way up here. So, yeah, I'm not too familiar with the south and down here. West Sussex. I think that's Sussex. I think that must be West Sussex. Yeah, Buckinghamshire was one that we pressed on, but I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. Very cool flag though, look at that. It's like a... Is that a stork or something? I don't know. Was it this one? Yeah. Wiltshire, I think, is over here somewhere. That's Worcestershire. Gloucestershire. Oh, it's that one. Okay, there we go. Okay, oh god, we just pressed on Worcestershire. It was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. Bedfordshire. Bedfordshire was... I don't know. Cambridgeshire. Northamptonshire. Oxfordshire. Oh, it's that one. Suffolk is this one. You've got Norfolk and Suffolk. I think that there must be some connection there. Maybe like a north and south type spin on language, like Norfolk. No, Norfolk. Folk is a way to say like people. Folk is a way to say like people. So Norfolk, and Suffolk or Suffolk. Like Northfolk and Southfolk, maybe. I don't know. Leicestershire is, I think, is that one. Yeah. Kent is this one. Where Dover is, I believe Dover's here, the closest point to France. Where the Channel Tunnel is, Oxfordshire, I think, is this one. No. Oxfordshire's over here, right? Yeah. I get those two mixed up all the time. Gloucestershire's this one. Essex here. Rutland. I've got absolutely no idea. Excuse me, I had a bit of gas there. Rutland. Well, let's rule out what it can't be. That's Sussex. It's not those two. I don't think it's... I really don't know. It's not that. Is it up here? Durham. That's Northumbria, I think. Derbyshire. Staffordshire, yeah, see, no idea. I've never even heard of Rutland. North Yorkshire, I think, is this big one, yeah. Lincolnshire's this one. The Isle of Wight is here. Nottinghamshire there. Staffordshire is this one. Northamptonshire's that one. Bristol is here, very small. There, it's a city. Durham, we just pressed on, is that one. Tyne and Wear is here. Tyne and Wear is where... what am I trying to say? Tyne and Wear is where Newcastle is, I think. West Yorkshire's here. Hertfordshire. That one. Cornwall is the very south tip of the country. There's a place called Land's End down here, and you can go all the way up to Scotland to John O'Groats, and it's the longest journey in the UK. I can't remember how many miles it is, like 800, I think, 850. Cambridgeshire's that one. Cumbria, the one next to my home county. Merseyside is here. East Sussex. There, Northumberland is this one. The East Riding of Yorkshire is here. Here we go, Lancashire. This is my home county, guys. This is where I'm from. And this is where I wanted to talk about a bit of history. I could have done it with any of the Yorkshires, but I just wanted to do it for my home county, you know. So if you notice here, let me zoom in on it. So you can see there that the flag, the symbol for the county is a red rose. Now, Lancashire and Yorkshire, which I believe at the time we had North Yorkshire, West Yorkshire and the East Riding of Yorkshire already. At the time it was just one big county called Yorkshire, I think. And Lancashire and Yorkshire were embroiled in the Wars of the Roses, and this was in the 15th century, so the 1400s, and it lasted for about 32 years, I believe. It finished in 1487, so it must have started in 1455, and there's loads of information about the Wars of the Roses, about the reasons why it happened and all of this stuff. But long story short is that it was a war over the contention of the throne in the UK, and it was fought between the House of Lancaster, which was in Lancashire, and the House of York, which was in Yorkshire, and the House of Lancaster was represented by the Red Rose, and the House of York was represented by the White Rose, hence the name the War of the Roses. Eventually, the wars came to an end with Richard III losing to Henry VII, and the House of Lancaster won. Henry VII became known as Henry Tudor, and the House of Lancaster and the House of York were unified to become the House of Tudor, and the symbol was like a mixture of the two coloured roses, and that basically was done, I think, to lead to basically stopping of anyone saying they had a claim to the throne. The houses were merged, they became the House of Tudor. I believe Henry VII married someone from the House of York, and Henry VII was the father of the very famous King Henry VIII, who was, and still is, one of the most famous, English monarchs of all time. Obviously he's very famous for the divorce beheaded died, divorce beheaded survived. He had 6 wives. He was this mercurial figure. He was, so charismatic, and it was said that a lot of esteem was brought back to the English throne through his reign on the world stage. So, but also he left a sort of trail of tyranny in his wake. A lot of executions and a lot of sort of paranoia ensued, especially during his late reign. He became very paranoid and and very sort of overweight and very not desirable. But yeah, that's the house. So yeah, as I was saying, War of the Roses, House of Lancaster won. Yes, that's my home county, and the War of the Roses concluded. Henry VII took the throne, and the House of Tudor was formed. London is the tiny dot here. South Yorkshire's this one. Warwickshire, I think, must be this one. Devon is next to Cornwall, so that's this one. Norfolk, as I was saying, we have Suffolk, we have Norfolk. Surrey, I think, is next to London. Cheshire is very lovely, actually. I very much have a soft spot for Cheshire. Derbyshire's this one. Greater Manchester's here. Greater London is obviously around the city of London. Berkshire must be this one. There we go, 75%. I will take that because, as I said, I'm really not familiar with some of the southern counties, and I got some that I didn't know. I didn't think I knew, so yeah. I think we're going to call it there. I've got some of the history off my chest that I wanted to. I would love to do some more videos about history. I've gotten a lot more into history recently. I did history at high school, but I've never taken it further than that. But I'm really enjoying reading about history in all sorts of fashions. So if you would like to see any history or historical style videos in the future, then please let me know, because that's something I would love to do if you are interested. With that said, thank you ever so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you enjoy, then please consider, pressing the like button and maybe subscribing to the channel as well if you aren't already. I love you guys so much. I love all my subscribers. You guys are the best. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. So goodbye, guys, and